YSL comes out with the Leap Flanker every 10 business days. Okay, like yeah, it's getting to a point. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and if this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos, I usually focus on fashion, beauty, luxury, lifestyle, fragrances, and pretty much whatever else I feel like talking about. So if that seems like something that you may be interested in, go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, of course. Also, if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and click on that notification bell so that you do not miss an upload from me. All right, y'all, so today I am back with some fragrance content for you all. These are some fragrances that you've been asking me my thoughts on, so I definitely wanted to bring you guys a video. Now, I went back and forth if I wanted to do individual reviews on these fragrances, but then I looked at them and I'm like, they all have similar hues. So I was like, let's just combine them all together. So we're going to be reviewing the new YSL Leap Flanker. This is in Berry Crush. We'll also be reviewing the new Lancome Idole fragrance, and this is in Peaches and Roses. We'll be reviewing the Harmonist Flore Nebulae, and this is not as new, however, it's fairly new, so I wanted to get into that. And lastly, the newest release, we'll be reviewing Kylie Cosmetics Intense, okay? And as you can see, this one has not been opened yet, so we're going to do first impressions on this one. So if you guys are interested in my thoughts or you've been curious about these 4 fragrances, go ahead and stick around. Okay, y'all, so before we get started, let me tell you what I'm wearing on the face because I always forget. So for my foundation today, I am wearing the Armani Luminous Silk. I'm in the shade 10. This is my winter shade. They don't have a shade for me, I don't think, for my summer shade, but this is the old formula, so keep that in mind, okay? And for the lip combo, I am wearing the Give Beauty. This is, what is her name? Gwen Stefani's line. It's a super dark brown. I think it's an eye pencil. It's in Settle Brown, so it's a super cool tone dark brown. Think Coin Collector from One Size. I also put on Cinnamon from Anastasia, and for my lipstick I'm wearing MAC Peach Stock, and then on top I put on the Tom Ford lip gloss, and this is in the shade Peak Flush. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And that's the lip combo for today. Okay, y'all, so first I'm gonna start off with Flore Nebulae from the Harmonist. I actually picked this up, bought this with my own money. So I wanna get this one out of the way first because this is a fragrance that I've been wanting for a little minute. I love, look at the packaging before I just rip this thing off. But it's so cute. So it just says the Harmonist up here, Flore Nebulae. And then when you open her, this is what we have. How cute is this bottle, y'all? I remember smelling this fragrance back in July at Neiman Marcus in Atlanta, and I was like, wait a minute. I smelled this at the same time that I was looking for Hibiscus Mahajad, and they didn't have Hibiscus Mahajad, but I smelled this one and I was like, am I just trying to buy something just because, or do I need to wait on Hibiscus Mahajad? So I waited on Hibiscus Mahajad, ended up getting it for my birthday, and then look at what we have here. So this is Flore Nebulae. I absolutely love the bottle. It is so cute, you guys, and I do feel like the fragrance is quite indicative of this bottle design and color. The beauty about this fragrance is that it has the notes on the back. So in the top we have some bergamot, orange bitter, and pink peppercorn. We also have some apricot, Bulgarian rose, and datura, and lastly we have amber, vanilla, and musk in the base. All of those notes pretty much sound like something I would be into. I do like a citrusy fragrance. If you've been following me for a while, you know I live for a little citrus moment, particularly in the summertime. But this one has some amber, vanilla, and musk in the base, and it also has one of my favorite notes, which is rose. So let's smell this one, test it out to see if I actually would wear this now. I remember when I first smelled this, it reminded me of like a bright fruit basket, but it had a lot of depth. So let's see. I have my little card here. I can already smell it. Oh my goodness. So this musk is kind of reminiscent of like an ambroxan note, but it's not too heavy. It also definitely still gives me that fruit basket, like juicy fruit basket type of vibe, but brighter. So think Ebra Pura or think Kirke. I don't like Kirke. I don't own Ebra Pura, but it is similar in the way that it's just very fruity, but it has a lot of depth musk, and something that's really gonna cling to you. I would not say that this is a zesty fragrance. To me, it's a creamy, very seductive, sexy, bright fragrance that dries down into like an ambery musk scent. So I like this one, y'all. I'm happy that I added this to my collection, and because it does have that amber, vanilla, and that musk in the base, I can totally see myself wearing this all year round. But this would be nice for summertime. I mean, it gives like those Dubai vibes, you know what I mean? So like when I say that, we always say, oh, you know, you can only wear certain things in the summer, right? But if you think about Dubai, it's hot most of the year, and they love their ouds, they love their heavier fragrances, and some of those fragrances really do still work in that heat, and this is one of those. So it is a heavier fragrance for it to be so juicy and fruity, but it's not too heavy for the summer in my opinion. But you would have to get your nose on this one just to see. And the more I'm smelling this, I'm getting like a peachy, spiced kind of thing going on. Not too spicy like cinnamon, but that's what's giving some of that, you know, deeper vibe, you know, because again, when you read those notes, you're not going to think of a deep fragrance. But trust and believe, this is not some bright aqua de joya type of fragrance. You know what I'm saying? It's not clean, fresh. It's creamy and zesty and fruity. You know, it's so pretty. And you guys know this is a niche house, so all of their fragrances are considered to be unisex, but I would say this is very feminine and seductive even. I can see this being so addictive because it's kind of making my mouth water the more that I smell this. And this, oh, it's drying down into such a creamy ambery, but it's not losing those brighter notes on top. It's giving like a peachy, creamy vibe, and peach can be very weird for me, y'all. So yeah, I'm loving this one so far. This was a great buy. She's quite expensive though, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I can't stop smelling this though. But yeah, let's move on. She is quite expensive. I believe this retails for over $300, and it's been sold out so much that it hasn't even had a chance to go on sale. Okay, so I would recommend you guys getting this maybe like during the beauty events where they do the 15 or 20% off of fragrances, because you will save a little bit of money on this one. If you can get to this in store, make sure to get your nose on it and let me know what you think down below. I also want to let you guys know that the florals are definitely coming through on this. I get that rose, but whatever that Daturna or whatever, what is this called? Yeah, Datura. I know that that has to be a white floral because I can smell some type of white floral in here that's giving a little bit more of a green white floral. You know, like the green stem is a little bit prominent in that. Even though I'm not familiar with Datura, but I can tell that that's something that's coming through on this. This is absolutely amazing, you guys. Oh my goodness, it's kind of addictive. I may end up wearing this tonight. I don't have on, you know, any fragrance right now because I want to wear one of these out tonight. But this is so good. I'm loving it so far. So yeah. We'll come back to this one after it dries down a little bit more, but I have smelled this before I bought it. I just, you know, I'm not familiar with it because it was in passing, but gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. So happy that I added this to my collection. Okay, y'all, so next up, let's talk about the new Lancome Idole Flanker. This is in peaches and roses. The mailer was so cute on this, y'all. It was like a little record and you opened it up and the fragrance was there and it said like playing peach all day or something like that. Super cute. I also live for the bottle. Like, this is gorgeous. I am a fan of Lancome. I love Lancome Idole. The original, I also like the Power. They're very strong floral fragrances. And I did smell this one when I first got it, but we're gonna smell it again together, okay? So let me get my little tester. The peach. So while this is drying down, the notes on this are red berries, pink pepper. In the middle, we have peach, and in the base, we have rose. Y'all, when you first spray this out, that peach is so juicy and ripe, but like fruity. I wouldn't say overly sweet, but definitely a juicy peach, okay? And it's not the kind of peach that I usually don't like, because sometimes peach fragrances can smell a little musty to my nose. Not musk with a K, but musty with a T, okay? And this peach does not smell musty. But I will say I tried this on and I wore it to bed. That's usually how I test out all of my fragrances, so that I can have at least one wear before I tell you guys about it. And let me just tell you this. It smelled good, but it was way too strong to go to bed, and I only did one spray. I usually do one spray right here before bed so that I can see how long it's lasting, you know, see how it changes over time, sleep with it, all the things. So then the next day I can see if I still smell it. And y'all, I woke up and I still smelled this morning, okay? This is so strong. It is so peachy, but it still has that original DNA, and it definitely comes through, but the peach remains throughout the entire fragrance. It's not like they just threw peach on top and then it goes back to the original. Okay, so one thing about this, because peach is in that mid note, this is a peachy Idole. Like if you like Idole, the original, and you like how strong of a floral it is, you know, it is a girly floral, but it's super strong, like perfumey strong. This is that, and it still has that peachiness in it. Now the juiciness does kind of dissipate over time. In the morning when I smelled this, it did not smell of, you know, just super juicy peach, but I still got a fruitiness to it. Now, this is what I want to mention. Something in this fragrance on the dry down gives me hibiscus mahajad. And it may be the thing in hibiscus mahajad, if you're not a fan of that fragrance, that's in this. I like hibiscus mahajad, but that is one of the only fragrances that I literally spray no more than like 3 sprays on, because it is so pungent, so strong. And it's something, I mean, it has that mint in it. It has cinnamon in there. So it's definitely, you know, a very unique fragrance. Can be polarizing for some, but it's a compliment getter. This has a hint of that in there, you guys. I noticed that as it was drying down, and I was like, why is this giving me hibiscus mahajad? It doesn't smell just like it. I mean, we're comparing like a $300 and something fragrance to $100 and something fragrance. So it's not the exact, right? You still get that Idole in there throughout the entire presence of the fragrance. But I do get a little bit of that, and it could just be how juicy that peach is. Because if you're familiar with hibiscus mahajad, the hibiscus in there turns, it almost gives you like this fruitiness, something so like juicy, you know what I'm saying? And it's not overly sweet though. That's exactly the same vibe that I'm getting with Lancome Idole Peaches and Roses. Y'all, this is a beautiful fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that kind of check all the boxes. It's bright, it's playful, but then it has a velvety rose in there. It's not like such a juvenile rose, because that velvetiness, think of the original Lancome Idole. It's like that mature kind of rose, but still pink. It has that in there, but then it has like that longevity and that super perfuminess that's going to last you all day and night. So I can definitely see this being a signature scent. Super feminine, super bright, so fun. And this one is a good flanker. I do feel like they did a really good job. This is what I like in a flanker. I like that I can tell that it's the original, but the peach that's added actually adds something to the fragrance. You know what I'm saying? Not just adding something on top and then you don't get it anymore. So this is really, really, really nice, y'all. I do enjoy this, but I feel like this is a fragrance that I would probably wear. Let's say if I wore this during the day, I can then wear my hibiscus mahajad for dinner that night, okay? So sometimes I do like to categorize fragrances like that. Like if I wore this during the day, the hibiscus mahajad would not clash when I wanted to refresh and go into night with it. So yeah, I really like this one, you guys. This smells very expensive, especially for the price point. I definitely recommend you getting your nose on it. And coming from a person who is not a peach lover, this is something that I would actually reach for. Now I did receive this in PR, like I mentioned, and would I have picked this up in the store? I think I would, because I do feel like it's so different in the lineup while also still giving me the same DNA, that familiarity. So if it's something that you like, You know, it's nice when they add something to something that you already like and it makes it better. So yeah, I like this one a lot. I actually like this a little bit over Power. Power is very, 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 very powerful, and it has that sandalwood note, which I love, but Lancome is already strong for me, okay? Like, it's the idol. They're already super strong, and this one just makes it a little bit more fun, bright, playful, girly. Well, I wouldn't say girly, but yeah, this one just gives it a little bit more of a younger edge, just fun, bright, playful. I don't think you can go wrong with this one, but let me know if you guys get your nose on it. I want to know your thoughts on this one, and also let me know if this reminds you a little bit of Hibiscus Mahajad. Next, let's talk about Lieb Berry Crush. Now, you guys have been asking me to give my thoughts on this one, and this is one that I was like, should I do a separate review? But no, I'm just going to include it here because YSL comes out with the Lieb Flanker every 10 business days. Okay, like yeah, it's getting to a point, you know what I mean? But anywho, this is Berry Crush, and I did receive this in PR. Let me show you guys the packaging. So this is how it came, just in a cute little velvet box. I was thinking, oh, cute Valentine's Day box, you know? And then you take that off, and this is where the bottle sits. So here we have the card here, and it gives me the notes. So Lieb Berry Crush has notes of mandarin, raspberry, lavender, and orange blossom in the heart, of course. And in the base, we have some vanilla and musk, okay? So of course, I mean, one thing about Lieb, you can smell it right out the nozzle, but I am going to pull out my little tester and we're going to spray her. Now, I did wear this one to bed so I can give you guys real thoughts. Okay, y'all, so Lieb Berry Crush. I will say this. This is soft, which I can appreciate. As a original Lieb, like, not lover, I'm not gonna say hater, but I don't love the original Lieb. To me, it's like so mature and not the best way. It smells good, don't get me wrong. Very elegant, very sophisticated. It's not a me fragrance. And I do love Vanille Couture. Check out that video if you haven't already. But this one to me is softer. I do get a hint of the raspberry, definitely some of that mandarin, but I am getting a lot of the original Lieb DNA. And I want to say that this is the Lieb DNA of maybe the Flowers and Flames or the Platine for sure. With that mandarin, definitely the Platine. It's more of that type of Lieb, original Lieb DNA. You still get it. I don't get much raspberry in this at all. I don't. I do feel like this is creamier though. It's creamier than the original Lieb or even the Intense or the Parfum. The Parfum is very, very, very sweet and it's like honey. This one is sweetened, but it is creamy, and I'm thinking that's the coconut, and I definitely get the mandarin. This is given Platine, just not as fresh, okay, to my nose. Even when I wore this, I got a whisper of raspberry upon initial spray, and then on the dry down, it was just regular Lieb. But one of the Liebs that I like I like Platine, I like Vanille Couture, that softness of the Lieb, not strong lavender pungent, but I still do get the lavender. I mean, it's still there, just not as prominent when there's no other fruitier notes in the original, if that makes sense. Now for the big question, did we need this flanker? I'm gonna say this, I can appreciate the fruity notes being added, but no, you did not need this flanker. YSL needs to go back to the drawing board and they need to come out with another line of fragrances. This has been run and beaten into the ground to the point to where there's nothing more they can do. And if they did want to, I mean, they could have really doused this with raspberry. That would have helped, in my opinion. Because the Lieb DNA, it must be so strong that they just can't escape it. I refuse to believe that they don't want any of them to smell any different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that maybe the Lieb DNA is just so strong and so potent that they can't escape it. That means throw some, I mean, syrupy raspberry in there, compote. You know what I'm saying? Because that would have changed it up just enough, but still left us with that leaf DNA at the base. And I'm okay with that. But this one is just so light on the additional notes that it's not necessary. It's cute. I mean, you may appreciate the extra fruitiness to it, but I think you will be disappointed if you're looking for something brand new. Now, I don't always like to come down on houses when they make very similar things. I think I never looked at YSL like this brand. However, the more I look at their fashion and stuff like that, I am kind of thinking like, I describe it as like a person who is loyal to a brand, right? If you're loyal to Liebe, there are certain people that they do not want to try different things. So what they will do is like, oh, Liebe came out with something new, I'll just get that. And those are the people who I do feel like would appreciate this, because deep down, they really don't want to change it up. They're really a signature scent girly, but they do want a variation of something to switch it up just a little bit every now and then. I feel like that's what this Liebe and a lot of the Liebe flankers will do, right? For the person who wants that signature scent, who doesn't like to switch it up too much, but they want a little something extra every now and then. That's this, and that is the Liebe line to me. But for a person who loves fragrance and likes to experience new things, I don't mind a flanker that has familiarity to it, but the exact same with a sprinkled dusting of a new thing that goes away within the first hour. I think that is not necessary, and it's kind of giving cash grab. So those are my thoughts on YSL Liebe Berry Crush. If I would have smelled this in the store, I would have left it there. But that goes for a lot of the Liebes, and I'm so glad that I was able to receive the Vanille Couture, because I would have left that in the store, but that has become one of my favorite fragrances, y'all. So just an FYI, and maybe I'm just making myself like them at this point. That bottle was so pretty that I was very convinced, but I would have left this one alone because I feel like I have Platine that I enjoy, and now I have Vanille Couture that I love as well. So yeah, this one, not necessary, but if you're a signature scent girly and you are a die-hard Liebe fan, you'll enjoy this one. Okay, also last but not least, we have Kylie Cosmic Intense. I'm pressed about this one, okay? I do love the original Kylie Cosmic, and it gets better with time. It is such a nice, I won't say clean, it's like a fresh fragrance that's warm. I find that it's quite genius. Sometimes the simplest things can be quite genius. I also really love the price point on the Kylie fragrances, and I think she did a good job. Are they groundbreaking? No, but they smell really good, and I don't have any issues with performance, and I always get a compliment on the original. So as you can see, I've taken off the cellophane, and we're gonna smell this baby today together. And in the opening, we have Star Jasmine and Blood Orange. In the heart, we have Golden Amber Accord and Benzoin. In the base, we have Vanilla and Musk Accord. Now, with those notes, I am a little bit concerned that this is going to give Baccarat Rouge 540. I like Baccarat Rouge. You know, that used to be one of my signature scents. However, I don't need another one in my collection, and we definitely don't need another dupe. It's been done. This is the bottle, y'all. How cute is this bottle? This is what drew me in. I knew I would want to go smell it, but I knew I wanted to get my hands on just this bottle. It looks like latex. I'm pressed, okay? And when Kylie did the promo for it, she was giving Britney Spears, honey, like in the red latex. So yeah, I can't smell. Oh, wait, I may be smelling something. Let me get my little tester. Wait, let's do it together. So this has not been sprayed, obviously. How cute is this? Let me show y'all the bottle. Oh, how cute is this bottle? I mean, it's just like a little, looks like a little person. Okay, so let's spray her. Okay. This, I'm definitely getting the original DNA a little bit. It has that like freshness, that skin scent type of thing that the original Cosmic has. But I love the fact that the original Cosmic is like skin scent, but like on 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? It has some other things in there that just makes it pretty. You know what I'm saying? So this definitely has that. It is a little sweeter, but I'm not getting like a heavy vanilla. And it does not smell like Baccarat Rouge at all. It doesn't. I am getting the Golden Amber Accord, and that Golden Amber to me reminds me a lot of whatever the amber that's in Golden Rule by Fleur. You know how Golden Rule has that amber and it also has that mandarin? I'm getting a little bit of that, but we may have to throw this on skin. It's very light. That's why I'm finding it, you know. It is light though. But the other one is light too, because when I first got Cosmic, I was like, okay, it's so light, but it's pretty. But then when I would wear it, it's like my body just loves it. So it just throws out the scent. You know, I get compliments on it. And the more that it's set, it hasn't darkened up or anything, but it definitely is strong. Okay. Wait a minute. I have lotion on. Yeah, so I'm definitely getting more vanilla on skin for sure. But I'm getting just an ambery vanilla kind of scent. It's kind of powdery too, y'all. Yeah, it's kind of powdery. Almost powdery like that Hypnotic vanilla that's at Zara. And I'm getting some powderiness like that. Very interesting. I did not expect powdery from these notes. I'm sorry, and this doesn't have mandarin, it's blood orange. But yeah, I'm getting like a powdery vanilla. There's a brightness underneath. It's not too bright, but it definitely gives like skin scent, like a skin musk type of scent, but better. And the intense, I'm not sure that I'm understanding intense, especially if this is the intense version of the original. Maybe so. Yeah, I guess I could see a little bit more of just a vanilla take on the original Cosmic, but it still keeps that same vibe. I don't want to say the same DNA necessarily, the more it's drying down, but it keeps the same vibe. Like when I wear Cosmic, it's a bright day. It's just pretty. You know, I'm just like, I'm casual, but I feel pretty and girly. It's those days when, you know, you may put on a little skin tint, a little pink blush, your lip is cute, all the things, but you're not full glam and you're casual. Very weekend vibes. This, I can see that being an intense version of that, but it's not strong, okay? It's very light like the original. I think they just intensified the notes, meaning added more of that, not necessarily making it thicker, heavier, anything like that. This is nice, it's cute, but I mean, am I blown away? Absolutely not, y'all. I'm not, but I did fall in love with the original, and this is cute. I don't know, I feel like this would have to be a topper for me. I don't see myself just wearing this like tonight. Like if I'm gonna pick one of these fragrances, I wouldn't just wear this tonight. But I will say, I do think these two would go really well together because this one is so pungent and strong. I feel like the Cosmic Intense would add such a nice soft veil of beauty on top of this, you know? So yeah, I do like it. Did I need to run and get it? I mean, I didn't go out in this mess and get it. I did get it delivered, but no, it wasn't necessary. I was able to get this with my Ulta points. I'm so happy my Ulta points are working for me. I finally decided to start saving them because I would be like, yeah, apply that $2, please. Yes, I'll take the 3. But no, this time I was able to get the 1.6 ounce for free, quote unquote, with my Ulta points. And I believe this retails for $66 if I'm not mistaken for this size. So very affordable in my opinion. Okay, so overall, I'm going to say this is a nice, comforting, everyday, musky, powdery vanilla fragrance that is nice for the price point. It's not groundbreaking, but neither was the original and neither was the second release either when it came to 2.0. But I do think that this would be a crowd pleaser. This is for someone who does not like a lot of fragrances, but they like to wear fragrance. You know what I'm saying? So it's very light to me. But again, I do feel like Kylie Cosmetics tends to linger on my skin and project. So this one probably would do the same because I don't really smell cosmic on me. Other people do. So whatever they put in here, I mean, it works well with my body chemistry, but yeah, it's just a comforting, powdery vanilla fragrance that gives a little bit of that skin musk, skin scent vibe, okay? And if you're a jasmine hater, I don't think you would be annoyed with this. This smooths out really well. I'm a fan of jasmine, but I don't really get jasmine in this at all. So don't be scared if you don't like jasmine. All right, y'all. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this fragrance video. You guys know I live to talk about a good fragrance every now and then on the channel. And if you guys have been interested in any of these 4 fragrances, make sure to check out the description box. I will have them all linked below. Flore Nebule has been sold out, so we'll see about that one. But all the others are available for you to purchase, okay? And I'll also have them in the YouTube shopping little thing underneath because that seems to be a little easier for you guys to find. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these fragrances. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've been curious. Let me know if you're sick and tired of the flankers, child. I need to know your thoughts. So make sure to comment down below and I will talk to you on my next one. Bye, y'all.
She comfortable.